This episode that I'm reviewing late shows how what happens when someone has a motivation, a drive that's being run by pure emotion for so long. As you clearly see in this year, in reality of 2020, a lot of people are driven passionately by their emotions this year, more than I've ever seen in my entire lifetime. And this could be sometimes a good and bad thing, but it seems like this year it has been a bad thing. I'm getting to a point here. Stay with me. It shows how there's always two kinds of people. People who think things out rationally, but they are not truly motivated. They see their surroundings, they think about things, and they take a while to get to the solution, but they'll get there eventually. The problem is that they have no motivation, or do they have, they're not there quick enough. Then there are those who act on pure feeling, instinct, their guts, which can be good and bad. Same with the guy who thinks a lot. The motivation and feelings will get them assuming things a lot without truly doing a deep think. And Nana herself is really smart and a strategic kind of person. However, she's so blinded by her own emotions of her past. Because of that, she never bothered questioning her objective, never questioning her motivation, never questioning what she's doing is right or wrong. She just did it based off her emotion and rage, her lust for revenge and disgust for the talented. And after spending time with Mitru, hearing Mitru's story, helping her out, staying by her bedside the entire time, even manipulating herself, convincing herself the only reason why she was helping out Mitru is for information, to keep her useful, to make sure, she knows some sort of valuable information. And because of that, she used that in her own mind, slipped in there, so she can have a reason to care for this person. Because deep down, she's not supposed to care for the talented. Any of them. She was there to kill them all, cause some sort of disorder. So doing this is completely illogical in her nature. And now because of that, she is conflicted. And she's denying what she's doing because she sees a friend in Mitru, but she doesn't want to admit it. Her brain won't allow her to admit it. There are times in life, people, you will find others, even with facts thrown in their faces, they'll deny the reality around them because they're so used to thinking a certain way for so long. And you might think it's for the better, it could be, but at the same time, it could completely shatter someone's reality. And when one's reality is shattered, it takes a while for them to rebuild a new one. It really does. And that's a long, hard process. It's like losing a part of yourself, a sort of identity that you've always put yourself with for your entire life. And for it to be shattered like that, or see it slowly crippling away, just like glass, it can be frightening for that person. They need that motivation. Nana needs that motivation to kill people. If she don't have that motivation, she's going to question herself why she's doing here. What is the point? In a way, the Talentless are still like people. Just like with X-Men, If you get rid of all the humans, you're still going to have war eventually. Sooner or later, the mutants will fight among each other. Get rid of all the mutants, sooner or later, the humans will continue fighting among each other. That's how it is. No matter what happens in life, there's always going to have to be an enemy to fight. You say, but what can we have world peace? Is that going to happen? There's going to be some dispute or conflict. As long as we have individual thought, there always will be conflict. Well, even within a collective thought, there always will soon be, because there's too many of them. And now you've seen in Nier Automata, a very good video game by Yoko Taro, where you're playing as a character and you're fighting against the computer system. They're extremely intelligent and they're mocking you for how useless you are, how such little meaning you have in their circle of life that they're creating. until the pod tells them to stop attacking them. Nothing's happening. But instead, let them destroy each other. How? By causing them to multiply. So the computer system, the two girls continuing to multiply inside the system, multiplying, 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 and you just have to keep dodging their attacks. But sooner or later, they stop fighting you. And then they look at each other, then something's going on, some form of process of exchange. Then they start attacking each other, killing each other, until there's none left. And then the character you're playing as, A2, says they're acting just like humans. Now, where am I going with this? The multitude of people of train of thought. You had people who were as a collective. Sooner or later, with so many of them, even if they all look and think alike, they sooner or later gain individuality. And it caused them to think differently sooner or later. And then for them to start fighting against each other for their difference of thoughts. Because having a different of thought is not allowed in a collective mindset. Now you're probably thinking I'm losing my point on this review. No, because Nana has become that collective, She doesn't want to think about what she's going to do. For the first time ever in a long time, she's conflicted with herself fighting on what she is. She looks at her phone and she sees this kill count. And the kill count is BS. Even Jin said it himself when he had it on his phone, the kill count is BS. And speaking of Jin, he already knows who the killer is in this arc. He's just not going to interfere because he sees it as hypocritical. However, he loves the animals and feels like the animals should be left alone. The reason why he decided to act. And that's pretty much what's going on with Jin. While Kyoa is still looking for clues of what's going on to killing. Knowing him, he probably got something wrapped up. We'll see sooner or later. We got one more episode left, and it seems like Nana and Mitru are getting along, having good times. And when it's kind of setting of an anime, you already know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Just continue dreaming. Anyway, I hope you guys got my where I was going with the collective and the individual thoughts, and how even within a collective thought, you'll sooner or later get individuality, and they'll soon be in conflict with each other. And which is going on with Nana right now. She's finally, slowly but surely, breaking out of the collective thought and starting to think for herself. Yeah, she's thinking for herself, but for that collective thought of how to kill the talent without being caught. Now she's truly fighting against her own strategistic mindset, saying if what she's doing is right or wrong. Which can be very challenging at times. A lot of times, actually. And that's where I'm going to end it. We got one more episode left, people. We really are down to the last and final weeks of spring. Fall. See, I already screwed it up. I did an amazing video when I screwed up by saying spring. I meant fall. And winter is coming. And this season of winter is looking pretty damn good. Just saying. Well, anyway, so that's all I got this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox on Anime, signing out.